Kevin Herchen. Kevin is an outstanding guitar player, musician extraordinaire. There he is. Come on in, baby.
Well, hello.
Hello, sir. How are
What's
you?
going on?
Oh, you know, just another day in paradise, man. It's beautiful. I'll take it.
Beautiful day.
I'll take it. So, let's go for a ride.
Rock and roll.
Speaking of rock and roll, that's what you do. What have you been up to?
Well, man, busier than ever. Summer is awesome.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no complaints at all. Busier than ever. Probably about 6 nights a week I'm playing.
Wow.
Sometimes twice a night. And
You're playing all over the place, Rhode Island. I mean, you have your gigs where you are there every week.
yes.
So on Monday nights, Tuesday, where are you certain nights of the week?
Monday nights is Blue on the Water.
Okay.
Every Monday night.
Where's that?
That's East Greenwich.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right
Okay,
down.
I've been there. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah.
Wednesdays is semi-standard. It's every other Wednesday at the
Okay.
Trap, also in East Greenwich near Garden Park.
Check local listings.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. And then the weekends kind of fluctuate. Saturday can mostly be George's down in Galilee.
Oh, okay, right there on the there at the seawall.
Yeah, the beach. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. That's
Perfect.
I try to do that every other Saturday as well, and then sprinkle in Thursday, Fridays, and some Tuesday gig that I have is once a month at the Cabbie Shack, Plymouth, Mass.
Oh, okay.
It's a nice
That's
3 to 7.
That's a bit of a ride for a Rhode Island
Yeah.
guy. You know, Route 44.
Right.
It's,
Yeah.
It's not your grandfather's 44.
No. That's probably the farthest I go out.
All right.
Besides Lorettas in Boston.
Okay.
You know, Lorettas behind Fenway Park.
So
So we do that
you've
sometimes.
done some work up there, I know, and we'll
Mhm.
talk about that because you've linked in with a really cool crew up there. How did you get into doing the music and more specifically the country music thing?
Well, that's funny because I've always played guitar since I was like 15. Just wanted to play guitar because my dad did, actually. My dad taught me. He had guitars and I just picked it up. Figured I would do it. He taught me. And then grew up through the grunge and the alternative and all that good stuff, but always listened to James Taylor, Jackson Brown, Simon & Garfunkel. Always listened to them. Mixed in everything. Metallica was a huge favorite too, which is crazy, but
Do you remember the flannel shirts with the waffle sleeves and the hood?
Absolutely.
We need to get those back in style. That needs to make a comeback.
I think they will come back, yes.
Very quickly, very soon. We need to get that going. That'd be fun.
Let's do it.
That's it. I think
Let's start it.
Let's start a trend.
So, what's funny about country music, I always say, is that I don't want to say saved my career, but advanced my career, because the first song I ever wrote, I was 15 years old. It was called Tasteless Kiss.
Okay.
And even at that time, people would say to me, "You sound kind of country." And at that time, I'm like, "No way, I'm not country."
That wasn't cool.
No,
That was
exactly.
not
It was your grandfather's country at the time, which I appreciate now. At the time, didn't have appreciation for.
Yeah.
So I don't know why people used to say that, but so then I just was drawn to singer-songwriter and quality voices and acoustic guitars.
Okay.
So it was kind of just a natural progression where I started playing, one or two songs that I really liked. I started with like What Was I Thinking, Dierks Bentley, which was probably around 2000, 2003, something like that.
Yeah.
Even Alan Jackson, Midnight in Montgomery, like certain songs that I connected with specifically. And I was like, wow, these are great,
Mhm.
Maybe there's more.
Okay.
Maybe there's some more country music that I like. And just kept going and going. And then, as we know today, it's rock country, which I love. So the Aldine and the Brantley Gilbert and that stuff.
Making drummers bring more drums than they ever needed
Right.
or thought they would use.
and an electric guitar. So,
Oh, yeah.
So it's great. So that kind of combined the two. I was like, well, I loved rock when I was a kid. I love country, and let me do both. And I always liked the acoustic, like I said, the Jackson Brown, the James Taylor. So it just kind of fit, I get kind of lucky with that, and then started learning all these country songs, and now I enjoy them, which is the great part about it. I don't have to play a gig where I'm playing songs I don't like. I'm playing a gig, and I'm playing the songs that I like, and the crowd enjoys them as well. So it's a win-win, and it really kept my career going.
That's good. That's good.
It's great.
what did you do for lessons? Did you take lessons as a kid? Did you take guitar lessons? How did you learn?
I did, but not as much as I should have.
Okay.
I think I was impatient, and I think I didn't want to start hating the guitar as a chore.
Okay.
That was my thing. So I was like, if it's like, well, go home and practice this, and you have to do this and this and that, I think that regimen kind of wore on me, and I was like, well, if I'm going to have to do it, someone's going to be telling me, and in hindsight, it was probably would have been the best thing. It would have accelerated my guitar playing, but I didn't. And to be honest with you, I took some. I've been starting to take some lessons again now.
Even now.
Yeah.
That's an excellent concept that a lot of people, miss sometimes. They're like, I don't really need to take any more lessons because, I'm doing this professionally. I'm doing this semi-pro. What's the point?
Right.
But if you have aspirations because you've recently traveled down to Nashville.
True. And
you had quite an honor down there. Quite an opportunity, I should say. Quite an opportunity. I mean, it's an honor to go to Nashville.
Yeah.
But, so tell me about what your trip down there.
Well, actually, it's been 4 trips. 2 times I played.
4 trips?
Yeah.
You got established residency down there.
I would like to. So one time I played at Party Foul, and that was a writer's round.
Okay.
Where it was a mix. It was... I know we're going to speak about New England to Nashville, Ned and the crew that I'm part of. That was some people from Boston, some people from Nashville. So it was a great mix. I got to meet some people I would ever have met who may not have traveled back to New England, and so they were in Nashville. So that was kind of cool. That was like some butterflies in the stomach, like good excitement. Like, all right, I'm in Nashville. I'm playing on a stage, and it's cool. And it was like legit, So it was nice. It was a lot of fun. Turned some heads. That was my my goal. But let me play. It was original songs. We were playing original songs, and let me see how the crowd reacts. Are they going to continue to speak, eat their lunch, or are they tapping their friend? What's this guy singing? What's this?
Right.
And I got a couple of those.
Okay,
and I was like, nice. And I was like, that's it. I'll
goal.
go home with that.
Sure.
I'll take that as a pat on the back, and that's awesome. So that was great. That was the first time, and then the second time was at the Basement, just off the strip of Broadway, and that was a similar writers' round, but that was at night, and that was a great show as well. And it was again another mix of Boston and Nashville writers, so it was great. Lance Carpenter was there. If some people don't know who Lance Carpenter is, he co-wrote the song "Love You Like You Mean It."
Okay.
"Love Me Like You Mean It" by Kelsey Ballerini. So
that's very she's really soaring on the charts.
That was number one.
Yeah,
that was a number one. So it was great, and he's really involved with it. So it was cool to rub elbows with him, and Fight Like a Girl, that Carly Shore, I believe, is his name. She was there as well. So it was something. It was it wasn't just run of the mill. It was really cool to be a part of, and again, people were, I liked your songs and this and that, and it's just a great community, of people. So
the New England and Nashville, you made reference to them, and they're a very active group as far as not just Boston, which they're kind of based out of there, but they're really New England, so it's Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Mass, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. So tell me how that group has brought you some new opportunities.
It was great. I went to support a friend just on a whim and went to Lorettas, and he's like, "Hey, we're doing a writer's night." So I went and introduced myself to Matt Casey, who runs the New England to Nashville network.
Okay. Yeah.
And it just went from there. And I sung one song, and they were like, "Hey, you know what? Why don't you be a part of this? Come down to more events, and we'll see where it goes." And that's really what it came down to, was the involvement. And of course, I'm a full-time musician, so I was like, any opportunities I can get, the more I can network, the more I can get out there and do these kind of events, what I should be doing.
Right.
So whenever there was an event like that, I made sure I was there, and so they took notice and they liked what I was doing, And it's just been great since then. And I've met this great community of people who not only are the nicest people you ever meet, but also the most talented people you ever meet too. So it's great.
Lorettas is up in Boston. It's right behind Fenway Park. It's a country venue, but they have live music, I want to say every day. Almost every day. They have all sorts of different genres of country and different, country feels. There's more of the bluegrass on Sunday. They have the singer-songwriter nights. So that's a really cool opportunity there. Have you tied into any local competitions or different things that, you've kind of helped to get you some accolades and whatnot?
Well, originally we did the Big Break, the Rota Roadshow Big Break.
Yep.
That was 2015.
Okay.
Through Cardi's and Dunkin' Donuts and Rick's Music World. That was a great sponsorship.
Cardi's right there.
Roadshow, that's right. Cardi's right there.
That's they run
Peace love.
That's it. All three.
Wow.
That's
a beautiful thing.
Product placement, maybe.
Yeah, well, kudos to them for helping me out. So it was for putting on the event, I should say. Big Break,
and that was an original music competition.
Yeah, which was great. That to cultivate the original music in Rhode Island, because I feel like like you said, Nashville and everything. It's already there.
Yeah.
It's nice to have it here, New England, Rhode Island, just to have that supported is huge. So that contest was great. Won that in 2015. They made the video for my original song, Stronger.
Yep.
Aired it during American Idol finale, which was awesome. And then got me the gig at the Lighthouse, Twin River, which I continue to have every 6-week rotation still at Twin River.
That's great.
Yeah. So that's a great partnership there too. So yeah, and that opened some doors, and that kind of made me feel like, the more I put myself out there, the further I can go. And that kind of got me thinking that I should, leave my day job and go to and do this full time. So, and I've never looked back, and it's been the best thing I've done. So it's great.
When you do what you love and you love to do it, that's important.
Absolutely.
So when you're writing music and when you're practicing, what are some of the things that is there any kind of, system you use to write a song or to kind of put words down to paper? How do you find that process work for you?
It's funny because I think about that question all the time, and I get asked it, but I always say I wish I knew because I could do it better and more often.
Okay.
That's I wish I knew the magic.
Gotcha.
But
Step one, catch lightning in a bottle.
Right.
Step 2.
Well, it's funny that you say that because I used to think that way too, and I think it was because I just didn't treat songwriting as an I don't know how to exactly.
It's a
process.
It's a job
right.
now for you. I mean, that's really, let's call it what it is.
Right.
This is what's putting food on the table.
Exactly. And I think before it was only writing when struck by inspiration, whereas now I'm like looking for inspiration at all times.
Okay.
Whereas before I'd wait for the inspiration to come to me. Now I'm thinking, that could be a song. That could be a song. What about this idea? What about that fragment? And what I'll do is I'll write a fragment down in my phone, or I'll do a voice note in my phone, just to start off, and then. But I usually have to sit down with the guitar. It has to be, for me, it has to be guitar and vocal same time. They have to come together.
All right.
I can't. I've tried to just to write out a lyric sheet and then put it to music. It doesn't fit as comfortably for me as doing it at the same time.
Okay.
So the mood and the feel will both be there. The guitar with the vocal and with the melody line. So that's what really works for me. But yeah, it's more now. Now I don't want to say forcing myself, but now it's an exercise. You got to work out every day. It's like you got to sit down and you got to put pen to paper. It could be the worst thing you've ever written, and you throw it away, you start over. But what I found is that it could be the worst thing I've ever written, but in the middle there's that one line, or there's that one chorus, or there's that pre-chorus or verse that's it. All right, that's what we need to go on. So Throw the rest of this away, start a brand new song on this, and we'll start from scratch and we'll go. So yeah, it's like a reflex. It's a muscle. It's a reflex. It's like anything else. The more you work it, the better you'll be at it.
Okay.
Which I didn't realize at first until, like we said, it's a job, and now I do it.
Sure. what's the next step for you as far as, you know, I mean, you have your regular gigs here. I think I saw on your website you've been doing more full band gigs where it's not just you and a guitar. You actually have other musicians supporting you. Actually, didn't you just do recently did a party, like a pre-party for a pretty significant, sizable show?
Yeah, it was great. Yep. So around January, or actually around December, I did a showcase in Boston as a solo artist.
Okay.
And I met with some networkers, some marketers, and record execs and things. And they said, "We love what you're doing, but where's your band?"
Okay.
And I said, "Well, I don't have one."
Yeah.
And they said, "Well, all I can tell you is get one."
Okay.
So as a full-time musician, I said, let me branch out. Let me see what I can do. Let me reach out to the network of musicians now that I've gained. So, we put together a band, and it's going well now. And what we're trying to do is just get the most bang for the buck. Get the biggest venues, the biggest draw we can do at the time, because I'm doing a lot of solo gigs in the meantime too. So that's kind of booked up. So the event you spoke of is we didn't open for, but it was a pre-party for the Toby Keith concert at Xfinity Center.
Okay.
So
Great Woods, for those of you scoring at home, the former Great Woods.
Let's go through it. Great Woods, Xfinity, Comcast,
Tweeter Center, then Comcast, and now it's Xfinity,
right? Which
is Comcast.
Right. I still go Great Woods because it's been so many.
Hey, whoever's writing the check this week,
that's right.
Take it, baby.
That's right. So. Yeah, so that's what that was, and that was great. Parking lot party, we called it. Well, they call it. It was put on by 102.5 Country, New Hit Country 102.5, and that was great. It was 4 to 6. People were tailgating, coming by. Like a good influx of people just walking around, checking it out, and the music was loud enough where people could hear it and they were drawn to it.
That's
so it was
good.
Nice. Yeah,
that's good.
It went really, really well. So that was a great step, and now we have the Battle of the Bands, which is coming up at the Whiskey Republic.
That's an ongoing series, yeah.
Yeah, all through August. Cat Country's putting that on.
All right.
Battle of the Bands, August 7th, the band is playing, and that's at the Whiskey Republic, like we said. And the winner gets to open for Big and Rich, Jody Messina, and Frankie Ballard, September 17th, Saturday in Brockton at the Campanelli Stadium. So that's awesome.
That's in September.
Yes.
That's a show that their Cat Country is putting on in September with those. That's gonna be a fun show.
Right.
That's gonna be a fun show. Who's if you had to go through probably your most influential artists?
Well, that's interesting, because I try to think of that all the time. I try to break it down. Like, do you mean songwriting, or do you mean
anything? What artist as a kid? What do you think your biggest influence is musically?
I don't know. It's such a tough question. Like, my first cassette was Thunder Road, Bruce Springsteen.
Okay,
but I wouldn't say
the boss.
But you're right. But I wouldn't say he's an influence to me.
Okay.
But I guess he has to be, because that was the first tape I ever listened to.
It helped to shape.
Thunder Road was great. So I guess it had to be that. But then, like I said, Jackson Browne, Sound of Silence is still one of my favorite songs ever. Simon and Garfunkel.
Okay.
I love John Mayer. I love that type of guitar with singing. I bought a Strat when I was 15 because of Eric Clapton, so I wanted to be a blues guitarist at that time. So a lot of different phases, of course. Like I said, the grunge phase, the Nirvana. Chris Cornell is still one of my favorite artists. I will go see him. I guess that's what I would go.
Whatever
by.
He's doing,
right?
He's making a ham sandwich locally.
I would be there.
Watch him make a ham
Hopefully
sandwich.
It's a cheap ticket to see that, but yeah, that's the funny thing is I'll look at what I'm going to spend my money on to see live now.
Okay.
And it's Chris Cornell, it's Jackson Browne, it's those types. So I love an artist with a guitar.
Okay.
Solo artist with a guitar, I love that. I could listen to that all day. Like John Mayer too. But he's great with a band, and his guitar work is amazing. So it's tough to narrow it down. I don't know. I mean, but then again, my favorite now is like Jason Aldean and Brantley Gilbert, because you got a great voice and you have a rockin' song.
Okay.
You know, but you can slow it down as well. So I think that's what it is. I guess back in the day, I would have said when I had an original rock band in like 2003,
Okay.
and I would have said then Daughtry and Three Doors Down.
All right. Okay.
So that way,
kryptonite action.
yeah.
Okay.
So that way, it's a heavy rock sound, but not so distorted that it's blaring your ears out, and a crisp, clean voice. That's kind of what I go by. So like that's why I like Three Doors Down, Daughtry, like a great voice. Give me some rock behind it, like Aldean, you know. And
he liked his microphone stand on fire at the end of
Who did?
Jason Aldean
did he?
at Country Fest last year. Like as he's singing,
Yeah.
his mic stand never moved the entire show.
Okay.
Which I thought was a little odd. You know, he doesn't walk around with it. A lot of people, you know, Steven Tyler has, you know, 15 scarves and underwear hanging from it. It's like, I guess he's just, you know, drying his laundry. But this guitar was fixed. The mic stand was fixed the entire time. And as he finished his last song, the whole like angle of the mic stand was on fire. So it was okay.
Yeah.
So we don't use him for Fire Safety Week from a fire department perspective. You know, it's, you know, hey kids, you know, here's some matches. No, we don't. No, that's not good. But yeah, so these. But it's amazing the showmanship because you know, you talk about some of the bigger country shows. Luke Bryan recently was at Gillette Stadium,
Right.
and he sold the place out. Was it 2 nights?
I think so.
It was crazy, and I love going on Periscope or you know, any of those apps where you can watch people if they're putting up a public feed that's live. You can actually see what's happening at the concert, and you know, possibly make a decision. Okay, hey, you know, I want to, you know, go on StubHub and grab a ticket for tomorrow night or whatever, and you know, kind of preview the show.
Yeah.
As it were. It's fun. So who's the? I mean, I know we have the you have the Cat Country Throwdown coming up. What's the next big thing for you?
Actually, we have Botonian, which is pretty cool.
Okay, when is that?
August 27th,
All
Saturday
right.
night. So now, if you're not going to Country Fest to see Kenny Chesney, you should come to the Botonian and see the Kevin Herchen band.
Ah, very good, very good.
So,
Dramamine not included.
Right? No.
Bring your own life jacket.
And booze will be there. Booze.
Eat before you go.
That's right. Absolutely.
Eat before you attend.
I'm excited. Yeah, it's out of Boston Harbor.
Right at the seaport.
Yeah, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. And I suppose it just goes in a loop, comes back, and you rock out.
3-hour tour. I've heard about that. I've heard about 3-hour tours before.
Right. Yeah.
So
that one's exciting. That's the next one. August 27th, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Everything I've seen online from their websites and everything has just been out of control, which is awesome. Yeah,
crazy.
Which is great. I can't wait.
That's a good thing. You know?
I guess every Saturday night is country night. They have different themes each night.
Okay.
Saturday on Botonian is country night, and we are lucky enough to be on August 27th.
You're gonna love it. I mean, we got to get your tunes up on. on the iTunes because you've got a few.
Yeah, we do. I have two on there.
Okay, they're already on there.
Yeah, Stronger from the Cardi from Cardi's
Big Break. Okay,
Big Break. Yeah.
And what else?
The first song I ever wrote, "Tasteless Kiss."
All right.
Also
So
there.
if a person goes on the iTunes, they can just find it right there.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Right.
If not, right on my website, kevinherchen.com,
All right.
we'll have the link running the banner above the top of the website. To have it, yeah. But there's two on there. Tasteless Kiss. Tasteless Kiss was cool. Like I said, I was 15 years old, and I was lucky enough. I think I got it on iTunes around 2005. I want to say.
Wow.
It was on a compilation, Hope Volume 2. It was Suicide Awareness, which was nice. It was cool to be a part of a good foundation, a good cause. And the claim to fame is Lisa Loeb is on that compilation with me.
You played with Lisa Loeb?
What I played with?
Well, I mean, there's ways to
right,
say.
That's the way.
Yeah.
That's how I say it.
That's right.
Yeah.
You sang along with all the greats.
Right,
so,
I was right there. I think June Carter Cash, I think, is on there as well. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
a cool compilation.
Okay.
Look it up.
All right.
Hope Volume 2.
So, and then if people want to find information of where you're playing, they just have to go to your website.
Yeah, kevinherchen.com, HERCHEN.
Okay.
And
or they can find you on Facebook.
Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat.
Do you still have a MySpace page?
Actually, I do, and I checked it out the other day, and I'll tell you this: I like the way I think Justin Timberlake was taking it over. Right, he was going to buy it, whatever it was. I really like the way he revamped it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not still posting, but
all right.
I don't even know if you can post. But I did find some songs.
I'm curious if there's an app you can get for like your iPhone or your Android. Can you get you have a Facebook and a Twitter app? Can you get a MySpace app?
Right.
I'm sure you can.
I think so. I mean, it's revamped. It looks nice. And what's interesting is I found old songs that I posted, original songs that I posted back in the day when MySpace was the rage.
MySpace, could be. Maybe you should write a song about MySpace.
I think it could be developing as we speak.
That could be very interesting. You better wrap this up so you can go grab yourself a piece of paper and a pen. So.
Right. Absolutely.
Well, thank you very much, sir. As always,
you.
Appreciate it, and wish you the
Appreciate
best. And for more information, you can just find Kevin online, find his Facebook, find his website. There you go. Thanks for jumping in the car.
Thank you.